Okay, so we end up kagabi yung sa police deviancy. So ngayon, ang i-discuss natin is the police brutality. Of course, yung ano yung tinatawag nila na police brutality. Okay, una natin dito. Wait lang. Okay, so again, we will focus on the police brutality. So of course, halimbawa, command to move or to go home, field stop and searches, threats or implied violence, prodding or sundutin with nightstick or approach with pistol, then the actual use of physical force. Ang pinaka-focus dyan ng police brutality is the excessive use or yung sobra-sobrang paggamit ng physical force kahit hindi naman kinakailangan, okay, in the police service. Ang tawag natin dyan is the police brutality. So the actual use of physical force or physical violence. So that is the police brutality. Then of course, number 5, we have the condemnation pala to class nung kagabi. So we have the police profanity. So that is the use of obscene and profane or walang galang na language. Of course, uso rin yan sa police service, lalong-lalo na kapag na, medyo na ano yung boses ko. Medyo nasa posisyon, di ba? So police profanity. So dapat hindi yan. Okay, pamalisan. So that is the use of obscene and profane language na hindi dapat i-employ or gamitin ng isang police officer. Okay, then of course, number 6, we have the misuse of confidential information. So in the misuse of confidential information, it involves the jeopardization of ongoing investigation by leaking information to friends or relatives, the public, the press, or in some cases, directly to the suspect or members of their gang. So again, misuse of confidential information. So of course, alam naman natin, di ba? Meron bang, marami kasi akong nakakasalamuha or marami akong kakilala na sinasabi nila na uh, they are belong in the Entel group, no? Nasa Entel daw sila. So may magsasabi ba na Entel ka kung member ka ng Entel? Meron ba kayong nakilala ng ganun ka? Sabihin, sa akin talaga, meron talaga akong kakilala na sinasabi niya na Entel siya. O, di ba? Kaya pwede bang sabihin na Entel ka kahit hindi naman, di ba? Ang pagiging Entel dapat kahit yung misis mo, yung mga anak mo, yung mga relatives mo, or kahit sino hindi nakakaalam na Entel ka, di ba? Baka matigok ka niyan, di ba? Ma-burn out, di ba? So, kaya hindi, wag kayong maniwala doon kapag may magsasabi na, ay, Entel ako, ganyan, ganyan. Huwag kayong maniwala doon. Kasi, when you are part of the organization, halimbawa, PNP organization, of course, iniiwasan rin yung pagkalat or yung maling paggamit ng, sorry, confidential information. Kasi dito, of course, we have the need to know basis class. Ibig sabihin nun, yung mga information is hindi lahat dapat ipagkalat yan or hindi din dapat lahat merong access to that. Okay? Kaya nga meron tayong tinatawag na confidential information. Ibig sabihin, there are certain persons na allowed or subjected to that information. Ibig sabihin, hindi basta-basta ma-access yan ng isa. So kapag ma-access yan, of course, ipagkakalat niyan sa friends, relatives, public, and of course, the press. Then, of course, yung mga preventions na yun, makukuha nila, magli-leak ang information. Kaya nga, tinatawag na nila misuse of confidential information. Ang ina-avoid natin dyan is to avoid the leaking of information. Nakuha ba? Nakuha ninyo, class?
Yes, sir.
Meron bang intel sa inyo dito? Meron? Wala naman? Okay. Soon, di ba? Soon. Baka may mga intel dito or may mga spy. So, hindi lang nagsasabi. Sige, next tayo. Okay, so we have the sex on duty or duty-related crimes or cases na tinatawag natin. So, of course, we have the traffic stops. Okay, ang traffic stops, that is to get closer, look at a female or information about her. Lalong-lalo na, di ba, kapag nasa checkpoint, no, titingnan mo, bawal yung you get closer, kukunin pa yung information, no, yung number. kukunin pa yung nakalagay sa ID, 'di ba? Lahat-lahat or kahit wala naman ang dala niyo lang is maliit na bag, hahanapin at maraming hahanapin, no? So that is traffic stop. To get closer, look at a female or information about her para makuha mo, 'di ba? Tapos i-chat or i-text. Traffic stops. Okay? Nakuha ba? Nasundan?
Yes, sir.
Nasundan niyo? Okay, ganun lang. Okay, so that is traffic stop. Okay. Then of course, number two, we have the fox hunting. Ang hunting, that is the stopping college girls to get the I will do anything routine. Okay, fox hunting. Stopping the college girls to get the I'll do anything routine. So ibig sabihin, kapag sa ano yan sa in relation to duty. So sino makapagbigay ng ano diyan, example? Sige nga, maghanap tayo ng fox hunting. Si Victor. How about Victor? Sir Victor?
Sir,
Okay, so makapagbigay ka ba ng example ng fox hunting? Sinabi niya, stopping college girls to get the I will do anything routine. Ano yan?
mga tuition girl, sir.
Sa mga tuition girl, blue boxer sa Ateneo. Ano ba yung blue box, Sir Adrian? Sige, pa-explain nga, Sir Adrian. Sana si Sir Adrian. Nawala si Sir Adrian. Angelo, Porcadilla. Ano yung sinabi mo sa comment natin? Blue book sa Ateneo. Ano yun? Okay, baka hindi ako familiar doon Nawala si Sir? Okay. Parang call girl, sir, na naghahanap ng sugar daddy, sir. Wala akong mic. Okay. So, ano pala yan? Bago, blue book sa Ateneo. Kasi ang alam ko lang, call girl, call boy. O yun pala yung term nila doon. Dati pa yan. So, hindi ako, familiar ba kayo? Ako lang yung hindi familiar or majority sa inyo? Yung blue book na yun. Bago pala yung, parang, hindi, parang call sign lang, pero ano yan talaga. Ay, dito lang sa Jensen, ang call girl, no? Ang mga, sa kanila pala, social, no? Sa Ateneo, sa kasi ano yan sila doon um, konyo sila class, magsalita, di ba? Notebook ng familiar sa amin, sir. Notebook lang familiar sa amin. Parang bansag lang, okay? So, kaya nga, every place, iba-iba talaga yung yung label sa kanila. So sa may taga Jensen pala dito at so iba-iba talaga yung gamit or iba't iba ang tawag every places. Okay, lalong-lalo na sa mga fox hunting, 'di ba? So I'll do anything in exchange of course money. Okay? And then of course in relation to police service, some of the police officers ginagawa rin 'yan, 'di ba? Nag-o-offer sila ng na susustentuhan or bibigyan ng pera. So in exchange of, alam niyo na, okay. Okay, basta tig-exam, Sir Marky. Ang ibig sabihin ni Mark Eric Enero? Sir Eric Enero, sino ba yan? Si Mark Eric Enero. Kilala mo ba ako, Sir, Mark Eric? Or wait lang, Mark Eric Enero. Sino ba to? Ay, hindi ko alam. Ay, si ano pala to? Si Sir Mark pala to. Hindi ko alam Ay, nandito ka pala sa klase ko. Kamusta na, sir? Kamusta na? Senior ko kasi si Sir Mark Ayan. Ngayon ko lang nakita. Kaya pala familiar yung pangalan. Ay, mabuti nandito ka, sir, sa okay lang, sir. Ayan, sige. Yes, ano yan. O, di ba? Parang isang school lang kami ni sir, no? Kaya pala familiar yung apelyido niya at pangalan. So, ayan. So, alam na sir, based on experience. Okay, so, ayan. So, mabuti nandito pala yung natin, yung ibang natin. Hindi lang from Luzon, Visayas. Then, of course, mayroon na tayo from Jensen, Mindanao. Okay, so, yan. Okay, so, thank you. Next, we have the number 3. Pwedeng ikaso sa mga college students for the means of pwede bang example yan, sir, yung mga police naghahanap ng mga mali or pwedeng ikaso sa mga college students for the means of hindi rin masyado. Ang fox hunting kasi, kumbaga, hahanapan nila ng mali. Then after that, ito yung ano nila, ito yung magiging consequence daw ng mali nila. Okay? Lalong-lalo na when it comes to sex, di ba? Or sa money. So, parang gano'n na. Tama, Sir Robin. Parang pwedeng i-connect natin yon. Okay? So, yun yung fox hunting. So, no choice sila kasi binigyan mo na lang violation. So, kailangan nilang gawin yon. Or kung ano yung conditions mo na ibibigay sa kanila, susundin nila. Okay? That is fox hunting. Then, pag sinabi naman natin voyeurism, of course, that is peeping Tom or interrupting lovers lane couples. Ang voyeurism class, tinatawag natin yan na peeping Tom, or that is the urge to see people undressed or yung nakahubad na lalaki or na babae. That is peeping Tom, or to witness a person or the couple having sexual intercourse. Yun yung voyeurism, yung sinisilipan mo. Okay? Again, ang tawag natin dyan is voyeurism or the peeping Tom or interrupting lovers playing couples or yun, the urge na silipan sila or to see people undressed, whether it is a male or female. So that is voyeurism. Nakuha ba? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Then, of course, we have number 4, victim contacts. Under the victim contacts, consoling victims who have psychological needs. Okay? So, yan yung isa rin na ano. Of course, kapag may psychological needs, ibig sabihin, hindi stable class yung kanilang tinatawag natin na condition o yung pag-iisip nila. Or they are experiencing yung tinatawag natin na mental. Halimbawa, yung process nila is not stable or hindi sa tamang pwede siyang masubulan or pwede silang mapasunod. So that is victim with contacts. Consoling victims of psychological needs. Lalong-lalo na 'di ba sa mga presohan, 'di ba? Kapag alam nila na yung babae maganda or like hindi, 'di ba? So ano nila 'yan? They will find ways para magkaroon ng advantage or to take advantage with that woman. Okay? That is victim with contacts. Victim na nga, then another, ano pa yan? Another add doon sa pasanin ng victim ng crimes. Okay? That is victim with contacts. Then we have the opposite sex strip searches, touching and or sex with the jailmates. Yan yung class opposite sa sex strip searches. So, di ba, kapag nasa presuhan, touching, or opposite halimbawa, lalaki ka, nasa jail, or kahit sa PNP or nasa BGMP, then kapag nag-search ka ng contrabands, yung katawan niya, then you find, kapag lalaki ka, tapos ang kinakapkapan mo, or nagkakanda ka ng search sa babae, that is opposite sex strip searches. And worst, you have sex with the jail mates or mga jail inmates doon. So that is the opposite sex strip searches. Again, yan yung mga sex on duty or duty-related traffic stops to get closer look at a female or information about her para makuha mo yung information para makakuha ka ng contact sa kanya. Then fox hunting, stopping college girls to get the I will do anything routine. Voyeurism naman, peeping Tom, or yung tinatawag natin minsan class, that is the urge to see people undress or to witness the two couples having sex. That is voyeurism. Pag sinabi naman nating victim of contacts, consoling victims who have psychological needs, then opposite sex strip searches, touching and or sex with the jailmates. Nakuha ba? Nakuha ninyo class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sige. Okay, then of course we have the law enforcement code of ethics. Pakibasa nga, Sir Sir Angelo. Sir Angelo, nandyan ka?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sir Angelo. Tatawagin ko kayo lahat, class, ha? Para marinig ko yung boses niyo rin. Sorry. Sir Angelo, go ahead.
Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. As a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve mankind, to safeguard lives and property, to protect the innocent against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorder. To respect the constitutional rights of all men to liberty, equality, and justice. I will keep my private life unsullied as an example to all, maintain courageous, calm in face of danger, scorn or ridicule, and develop self-restraint. Whatever I say or hear of a confidential nature or that is confided to me in my official capacity will be kept secret unless revelation is necessary in the performance of my duty.
Okay, so of course, we have the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. So unang-una dyan, as a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve the mankind. So take notice of that, ha? Baka malay nyo sa board exam, ito yung ano nila. What is the fundamental duty of a law enforcement officer? Of course, that is to serve the mankind. Okay, so yan yung tinatawag natin na Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. To safeguard lives and property, to protect the innocents against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorder. Third natin, to respect the constitutional rights of all men to liberty, equality, and justice. Then I will keep my private life unsullied as an example to all, maintain courageous, calm in the face of danger, scorn or ridicule, and develop self-restraint. Of course, calm in the face of danger. Lalong-lalo na, di ba, kapag dapat meron kang bravery within yourself. Then, whatever I see or hear or a confidential nature or that is of confined me in my official capacity will be kept secret unless revelation is necessary in the performance of my duty. So, yun yung tinatawag natin kanina na confidentiality rule. Ibig sabihin, or the misuse of information. So dapat hindi agad-agad or wala kang right o wala kang karapatan na gamitin sa maling pamamaraan yung information related to your organization. Halimbawa, you are a member of police organization. So kung ano man yung mga confidential na ginagawa nila or kahit mali or ano yung ano nila doon sa loob. So you are not in a position to divulge the information or ipagkalat yon para siraan yung organization kung saan ka belong. So that is, kailangan natin class ma-maintain yung tinatawag natin na confidentiality or the maiwasan ang paggamit or the misuse of information relevant or related to your duty. Okay? So yan ang Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. Hindi nyo na kailangan i-memorize to class. Dapat nyo lang i-familiarize, di ba? Of course, as a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve the mankind, preserve lives and properties, and so on. So yan yung tinatawag natin na Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. Pinamemorize mo to sa inyo during your time or during your college days? Pinamemorize mo sa inyo class or hindi? Na-memorize, no? Nandun pa kayong ano ko pinakabisado sa amin dito sa amin. Hindi. Yung iba hindi. Sa amin, pinamemorize yan. Na-remember ko pa. Gumawa pa nga kami ng yung naka-frame. Tapos nandoon ang picture namin sa gilid. Tapos merong doon ang nakalagay yung Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. Okay, during internship. Paragraph 1 na lang, sir, kabisado ko. Ang importante, i-familiarize nyo lang class. Of course, palagi natin sinasabi that my fundamental duty is to serve the mankind, to safeguard lives and property. Na-memorize nyo yan dati, I'm sure ako. Memorize nyo yan dati. Pero sa ngayon siguro, medyo nakalimutan nyo na yung iba. Okay, but of course, kailangan nyo yan i-memorize class. So, ganun lang naman, di ba? So, kasi isa puso at isa isip ninyo, lalong-lalo na kapag nag-board exam. At hindi lang naman sa board exam ang pinaghahandaan ninyo. Kaya dapat makinig talaga kayo kapag may mga discussions or may mga dyan. Kasi you are preparing your future. Hindi lang ang board exam ang piniprepare ninyo. Okay? So, yan. Okay. So, of course, meron pa yan. Ay, pakibasa nga, Sir Robin. I-continue natin.
Yes, sir. I will never permit personal feelings, prejudice, animosities, or friendship to influence my decisions. I will never act officiously with no compromise for crime and with relentless prosecution of criminals. Will enforce the law courteously and appropriately without fear or favor, malice, or ill will. I will never employ unnecessary force or violence. I will never accept gratuities. I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith and accept it as public trust to be held so long as I am true to the ethics of police service. I will constantly strive to achieve these objective and ideals, dedicating myself before God to my chosen profession, law enforcement.
Okay, di ba? So parang nanunumpa kayo, no? So dito, I will never permit personal feelings, prejudice, animosities, or friendship to influence my decision, di ba? Kahit police officer ka, may aarestuhin ka, tapos friend mo yan, or family mo yan, member of the family, since nanumpa ka, so dapat mo yang sundin. Okay? So that is what we call the kumbaga walang personalan, di ba? Then I will never act officiously. Of course, dapat kung ano lang yung kung ano lang yung meron, kung ano lang yung authority ko hanggang doon lang. Then with no compromise for crime and relentless prosecution of criminals, will enforce the law courteously and appropriately without fear or favor, malice, or ill will. Dapat wala kang kinikilingan, di ba? Walang pinoprotektahan. Trabaho lamang, no? Sama naman yun, yung line ni, Mike Enriquez, di ba? So, dapat without fear or favor, malice, or ill will. Then, of course, I will never employ unnecessary force or violence. So, of course, last iniiwasan natin yung cruelty rin. Hindi yan pwede. So, as long as, then of course, as a police officer, we are guided na dapat, as much as possible, do not employ force if not necessary. So, kasi nga, we are adhering to the maximum tolerance. Okay? Kasi pag sinabi natin maximum tolerance, that is the maximum restraint. As much as possible, do not employ force. Okay? So, kung hindi naman kinakailangan. But of course, kapag nanganganib na ang buhay mo, babarilin ka niya, dapat unahan mo. That is the maximum tolerance then. Then, of course, I will never accept gratuities or gifts. Okay, of course, there is corresponding crime kasi dyan. Pwedeng direct robbery, indirect bribery, or qualified bribery that we will be discussing in the criminal law. Then I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith, and I accept it as a public trust to be held so long as I am true to the ethics of police service. Of course, di ba, public office is a public trust. That's why we are accountable to the people, or we are responsible of protecting the people class as a police officer or as a law enforcement officer, etc. Then I will constantly strive to achieve these objectives and ideals dedicated before God to my chosen profession, law enforcement. Okay, so yan yung pinaka-huli niya. Okay, di ba? Parang nanumpa kayo ulit, no? So ito yung law enforcement code of ethics na meron tayo. Okay. So how about naman, meron tayong tinatawag na canons of police ethics. Pakibasa muna, Sir Anthony Valencia. Available ka ba, sir, to read? Sir Anthony, nandiyan ka? Wala. Okay, so maghanap tayo. Sa baba, Sir William Javier. Nandiyan si Sir William.
Yes, sir.
Pwede pa ba, sir, yung canons of police ethics?
Canons of police ethics, primordial police responsibility, limitation of police authority, knowledge of the law and other responsibilities, use of proper means to obtain proper ends, cooperation with public officials, proper conduct and behavior, conduct toward the community, conduct in arresting law violators, firmness and refusing gifts or favor, impartial presentation of evidence, attitude toward police profession, sir.
Okay, thank you. So again, we have the canons of police ethics. Okay, so number one, primordial police responsibility. Of course, as a police officer, you are responsible talaga to the people or to save the lives of your people. So that is the primordial police responsibility. Then, of course, limitation of police authority. Pag sinabi natin authority class, what is authority? By the way, what is authority? What is authority? Okay, very good. Okay, thank you. So pag sinabi natin authority class, that is the right to command. Of course, as a police officer, you have the right or you have the authority. But then again, yung authority na yan or the right to command, there is limitation on that. Okay, so dapat ang limitation of police authority, dapat meron rin yan. Hindi yung sobra-sobra ha. Meron kang authority to command, but then again, on a certain limits lang. Limitation of police authority. The knowledge of law and other responsibilities. As a member of the law enforcement officer, ang pinaka number one dapat class na armas mo or your arm in law enforcement is the knowledge of law. So, ibig sabihin class, dapat alam mo, syempre, pwede kang paikot-ikutin no, ng mga nakakarami or yung mga taong nakapaligid sa iyo. Dapat knowledge of law and other responsibilities. Hindi lang kasi sapat na masipag ka lang in your profession. Dapat alam mo rin or you are armed with, of course, alam mo yung mga technicalities, yung mga legalities, and so on. So again, knowledge of law is very important in achieving or in complying with your responsibilities. Okay, so yan yung tinatawag natin na knowledge of law. Then, of course, number 4, we have the use of proper means to obtain the proper ends. Ibig sabihin, when you employ, lalong-lalo na sa service, kumbaga, when you employ a legitimate action, so of course, in return, you will expect na maganda rin yung kakalabasan. Halimbawa, when you connect or kapag sinali mo ang community of course, we have the community program or the community police involvement, di ba? Kung saan isasali. So kapag isinali mo sila, magiging successful sila, di ba? Then of course, you will be expecting na mas successful or mas maganda yung magiging kalabasan. Use of proper means to obtain the proper ends. Then cooperation with public officials, kailangan mo rin makipag-cooperate sa mga law enforcement kapag sa barangay, sa city or municipality. Kasi as a police officer or as a law enforcement officer agency, you cannot do it alone, di ba? So dapat meron tayong tinatawag na cooperation with public officials, okay? Then number 6, proper conduct and behavior. Dapat of course, you will conduct yourselves in a manner na it will not put the organization in shame, di ba? Proper conduct and behavior dapat kung ano yung conduct ng police officer, yun talaga ang dapat. Proper conduct and behavior. Then number 7, conduct towards the community. Of course, dapat hindi kalaban ng community, dapat maging partner nyo yan in the police ethics. So conduct towards the community is very important. Kasi sinabi ko kanina, sila yung makakatulong sa inyo in the fulfillment of the functions of the police organization. Number 8, of course, we have the conduct in arresting law violators. So we have the process, in the arrest. Okay, so whether it is a warrantless arrest na tinatawag natin, conduct in arresting law violators. Of course, there is a certain procedure to follow in the conduct of arrest. Then firmness in refusing gifts or favor or gratuities. So dapat meron tayong tinatawag natin na anong tawag natin tong class? Yung hindi ka nababayaran, hindi ka nasusuhulan. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Meron kang Makilagay sa comment section. Meron lang one. Okay, very good. Okay, so ibig sabihin kapag there is a firmness in your favor or you refuse to accept gifts or favor, so ibig sabihin you have an integrity within yourself. Okay, that is firmness in refusing gifts or favor. Integrity, guys. Hindi ka na hindi ka na nabibili or hindi ka na nababayaran. That is firmness in refusing gifts or favor. Number 10, impartial presentation of evidence. So then dapat I don't know, saan ba magte-testify class ang police officer in court? 'Di ba we have the two parties in case. So we have the defense party. Ang defense party representing the accused, ang prosecution party representing the victim. So in the presentation of evidence class, when you are a police officer, saan ka magte-testify? Sa defense ba or sa prosecution? General rule. Saan? Nanay? Okay. Okay, so ayan. Wala, sir? Ha, bakit wala? Okay, ganito class ha. Kapag sa kaso, dapat alam nyo na dapat hindi pwedeng mag-testify ang police officer in favor of the defense or in favor of the accused. Always, general rule na tatawag natin na dapat ang police officer always magte-testify siya in favor of the prosecution or in favor of the victim. Naka ba? Again, ang police officer class, general rule, will always testify in favor of the prosecution on the part of the victim. Naka ninyo? So yan yung tinatawag natin na yan yung tinatawag natin class in the and testifying in court. So dapat always ang victim magte-testify siya in favor of the prosecution and not on the defense. Naka ninyo? May reverse pero sir paano po 'yon? Okay, hindi reverse ang sa reverse class, reverse trial naman 'yon. Ibang usapan naman 'yon. Pero ang police officer class, may nakita ba kayo sa korte na nag-testify ang police laban sa victim? Wala, okay? Kasi ang rule natin class in testifying in court, the prosecutor or in the court testimony, the police officer will always testify on the side of what they call the victim or the prosecution. Unless na lang, okay? Unless na lang class kung sila yung magkalaban, no ba? Yung victim tapos yung police ang kalaban niya. So of course, kailangan na talaga sila magkalaban. Pero pagdating sa class, pagdating sa court presentation, always the police will testify in favor of the prosecution party. Nawa ba? Nawa na yung class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yan yung tinatawag ng impartial presentation of evidence. Tama yan, Victor. Ibig sabihin dapat fair siya in presenting the evidence. So kung ano lang, yun lang yung focus niya. Okay, so that is impartial presentation of evidence. Then number 11, attitude toward police profession. Pero tama po ba sir ang court ay nasa side ng accused because of depriving the liberty? No. The court walang side na kinakampihan ng korte natin class. Kaya nga tinawag sila ng court. Kaya nga they are the arbiter. So they are the one who will decide. So dapat they will be remain neutral kahit kailan. Okay? So walang kinakampihan ng korte natin class. Ang siguro gusto mong sabihin Sir Robin, ang criminal justice system is nakafocus yan sa criminal. While ang restorative justice system naman, nakafocus naman yan sa victim. Okay, ganito tandaan niyo
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yun, sir.
Okay, kapag pinag-uusapan natin is criminal justice system, ang focus niyan is the criminal. Okay, while the restorative justice system naman, ang focus niya is the victim. Okay, nakuha ninyo? Nakuha na class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so ayan. So again, the canons of police ethics, una dyan, primordial police responsibility, dapat alam niya. kung ano yung responsibility niya as a police officer. Then, of course, limitation of police authority. So, then, of course, every authority meron yang hangganan. So, that is limitation of police authority. Number 3, dapat ang armas ng isang law enforcement officer is the knowledge of law. Okay? And of course, dapat alam niya yung technicalities and of course, the legalities. Then, uses of proper means to obtain the proper ends. Cooperation with public officials is very vital also para sa maging successful. Proper conduct and behavior, dapat they will conduct themselves in a manner that will not fall or without yung tinatawag natin na hindi pahamak ang image or mapangalagaan yung image ng ating agency. Then, of course, conduct toward the community, dapat i-acknowledge nila yung participation ng community in the, lalo-lalo sa mga programs na meron. Then, conduct in arresting law violators, meron tayong sinusunod na standards dyan in arresting yung SOP natin, in arresting law violators. Then, of course, we have the firmness in refusing gifts or favor. Dapat the integrity will remain. That is the firmness. Impartial presentation of evidence, because there is a fairness when it comes sa evidence. But of course, under the court testimony, kung alam niyo dapat kung saan magte-testify in favor ang police officer, okay, or the law enforcement officer. Then, of course, the attitude toward police profession is very important. That is under the canons of police ethics. Nawa ba? Okay, so we will proceed on the next slide. Okay, so we have the professional police principles. Pakibasa si Zabet. Ma'am Zabet ba? Ma'am Zabet ba? Or Sir, I see Bertudazo. Bertudazo?
Yeah.
Nandiyan ba si Bertudazo?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Bertudazo. Pakibasa mo na.
Professional police principles. 1. Prevention of crime and disorder. Cooperation of the community. Unreasonable force reduce community cooperation. Use of reasonable force when persuasion is not sufficient. Impartial enforcement of laws. The community are the police. Police should not use judicial powers. Rules of engagement impartially observed. Reduction of crime and disorder. Police and discretion.
Okay, so again, thank you. So again, we have the professional police principles. Number 1 dyan is prevention of crime and disorder. Of course, di ba? Ang pinaka-focus natin, di ba, is the prevention of crime and disorder. As much as possible, we will try to eliminate yung hindi magkaroon ng krimen sa community, di ba? Of course, following yung crime triangle natin, the MOI, okay? The motive, opportunity, and instrumentality. So, of course, una dyan is the prevention of crime and disorder. Second, we have the cooperation of the community. Of course, we already discussed kanina yan. Nandun yan sa kabilang natin, yung sa canons. Third naman, unreasonable force, reduce community cooperation. So, dapat ito rin yung iniiwasan, no? Na maiwasan yung community cooperation. Okay, so dapat full. Hindi yan yung half yung magiging cooperation. Number 4, use of reasonable force when persuasion is not sufficient. Then number 5, impartial enforcement of laws. The community are the police. Of course, we already discussed the impartial enforcement, yung proper citation or proper introducing of evidence, yung fairness. Number 6 naman, the community are the police. Of course, di ba? Sino nagsabi na the community are the police? Sino yon? Sino nagsabi na community are the police? Of course, dapat ang police is the boss, ay the community is the boss. Ibig sabihin, mag-a-act sila according sa kagustuhan or gusto or yung kagustuhan ng majority, yung community. Sino nagsabi in class? The community are the police?
Robert Peel ba, sir?
Okay, very good. Si Sir Robert Peel, of course, the father of modern policing system. So again, ang community at police, ibig sabihin, ah, dapat mag-act ang police officers sa kagustuhan ng community kasi sila ang boss, hindi yung police ang boss. Okay, then number 7, police should not use judicial powers. Okay, bakit class importante na police should not use judicial powers? Sino lang yung tinatawag natin na may judicial powers? Sino? Again, sino lang yung may tinatawag natin na may judicial powers? Okay, of course, tama yan. Of course, ang may judicial powers ng class is only the judge. Okay? Ang judge ng class ang may judicial power class through the court, of course, di ba? So, ang judicial power kasi, that is the power to interpret or to decide on the cases being questioned. Sorry. Yan yung tinatawag natin na the judicial powers. Again, ang judicial powers class, it is only vested. Ang mga powers na yan is tinataglay lang yan ng mga judges natin. Ibig sabihin, they have the power to settle disputes and actual controversies and cases. So yan yung tinatawag natin na judicial power. So ibig sabihin, the police officers have wala po silang tinatawag natin na judicial power. So again, they cannot decide on the cases, only the judge can, di ba? So yan yung tinatawag natin na police should not use judicial powers. Then number 8, the rules of engagement impartially observed. Then reduction of crime and disorder. Any person cannot be deprived of due process. Yes, of course. Then of course, police discretion. Pag sinabi nating discretion class, what is discretion? Sige, what is discretion? Again, what is discretion class? Okay, again, what is discretion? Sino yung alam? Pakilagay nga sa comment section. Okay, so what is discretion? Ay, hindi ko na makita yung cursor ko. The ability to choose wise decision. Ha? Again, discretion. Yung decision is tama naman, pero it is not the right term. May I see?
Wise judgment.
Okay, very good. Okay, pag sinabi nating discretion, that is the ability to use one's wise judgment. Okay? So again, pag sinabi nating discretion, that is the ability to use one's wise judgment. That is discretion. How about naman discernment class? Ano naman yung tinatawag natin na discernment? Pakilagay sa comment section. The ability to choose right or wrong. Okay, so again, okay, very good. Pag sinabi naman nating discernment class, that is the ability to distinguish what is right from what is wrong. Yan yung tinatawag natin class na discernment. Kaya kung napapansin niyo yung ano lang no, yung nanonood ba kayo ng ng news? Yung sa bata, 'di ba? Yung sa 17 years old siya, nakakumit siya ng homicide case. 'Di ba? 17 years old siya. Pero pinagtibay ng Supreme Court na he is guilty of the crime of homicide. Napanood niyo ba 'yon? Gi-share ko 'yon sa page ko eh. So he is guilty of the crime of homicide kasi nga he is acted with discernment. Ibig sabihin, during the time, kahit sabihin natin na 17 years old siya, he is acted with discernment. Ibig sabihin, alam niya. Alam niya yung right and wrong. So that's why he is guilty kahit nakaabot sa Supreme Court. Kahit 17 years old siya. Napanood niyo ba yon? Okay. Napanood niyo ba yung ano yon? Yung sa TV Patrol? He is guilty kahit 17 years old niya na commit ang crime na yon, nakaabot sa Supreme Court kasi he is acted with discernment. Alam niya ang ginagawa niya or alam niya yung nature ng ginawa niya. Okay, that is discernment. Tama ba?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, so yan.
Okay.
So again, ang kaibahan ng discretion sa discernment, ang discretion That is the ability to use one's wise judgment. Ibig sabihin, kapag you are a police officer, dapat alam mo rin, di ba? Hindi ka na maghihintay ng ilang segundo or huwag mo na paabutin ng 8 seconds. Kasi baka mamatay ka or mas marami pang mamatay. Dapat wag mo na hintayin pa yung order na nanggaling sa superior mo. Dapat magdesisyon ka na or that is the ability to use one's wise judgment. Okay? While ang discernment naman, that is the ability of the person or ability of the child to distinguish what is right from what is wrong. Okay? That is police distinction. Okay, let's proceed now on the next. Pakibasa nga our police core values. Si Berto Vicente Jeric. Vicente Jeric, nandiyan ka?
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Pakibasa.
The police core values: love of God, respect for authority, respect for women, respect for sanctity of marriage, stewardship over material things, responsible dominion, and truthfulness, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So again, we have the police core values. Of course, love of God or pro-God. Okay, maka-Diyos, di ba? Respect for authority. Of course, respect for women. Respect for the sanctity of marriage. Di ba? So, di ba, kahit kapag you are a member of a police service, dapat igagalang niya yung sanctity of marriage. But of course, hindi may iwasan, no? Uso kasi yung kabit, di ba? So, that is reality. Pero of course, under the PNP, under the police core values, dapat as a member, alam mo na igalang yung sanctity or yung tinatawag natin na sacredness of marriage. Then, stewardship over material things. Dapat hindi ka yung tinatawag natin na materialistic, di ba? Kasi kung ano yung bibili ng isa, yun rin yung bibili ng gusto ng iba, di ba? Lalo na sa police, di ba? Kung napapansin nyo, class, pare-parehas ng ng motor, tama ba? Kung ano yung ng isa, yun rin yung sa isa, di ba? Stewardship over mga kabit. Sabi ni Sir Enero, marami daw maraming kabit kasi respect for sanctity of marriage. Kumbaga, hindi nila nasusunod ang PNP or the police core values. Na respect for sanctity of marriage. Again, stewardship over material things. Dapat hindi siya materialistic or yung focus niya is yung sa tinatawag natin na material things. Responsible dominion and truthfulness. Okay, so yan yung tinatawag natin na police core value. Sorry. Of course, this is already understandable, class. Palagi nyo na yan siya na-encounter. Mahal ko ang common law wife. Okay, so again, so na-remember ko ni Sir Victor ang common law wife. Pag sa ating common law wife, class, ano yung common law wife?
Ano na sa atbang?
Bakit na naka-on ang microphone? Pag-make sure naka-off mong microphone niya. Okay, what is common law wife, class? Kailan ka matatawag na common law wife? Okay, so kailan ka matatawag na common law wife? Mga batay na kapag hindi kinasal. Okay, tama. Okay? So ganito, class, para mas madali nyo maintindihan or hindi lang dapat alam nyo sa Filipino, dapat alam nyo yung definition niya talaga ng tinatawag natin ng common law wife. Pag sinabi natin common law wife, ibig sabihin, you are living in the same group or nasa isang bahay as husband and wife but without the benefit of marriage. Ibig sabihin, nagsasama kayo tapos hindi kayo kasal. Yan yung tinatawag natin na common law wife or kapag sa lalaki, common law husband. Okay? Yan yung, or live-in partner. Okay, yung very common sa inyo, live-in partner. Okay, so yun yung common law wife. Ang paramour naman, yan yung tinatawag natin mga kabet and so on. Okay, so yun. Common law wife, common law husband. Okay? Okay, so ito naman yung police officer's creed. Okay, pakibasa nga yung police officer's creed. Of course, class, kailangan na natin ito basahin ulit kasi baka may lalabas, no? Pero kasi nakalagay kasi sa TOS. Pakibasa, Ma'am Carmina Madrona, police officer's creed. Wala kayong magagawa, class, ha, kasi it is your subject. Kailangan natin talaga pagdaanan. Sige.
Number 1 lang po, sir.
Yes, kung kaya mo lahat na lang, kasi explain ko naman agad-agad.
The police officers read, I believe in God, the supreme being, a great provider, the creator of all men and everything dear to me. In return, I can do less than love him above all, seek his guidance in the performance of my sworn duties, and honor him at all times. I believe that respect for authority is a duty. I respect and uphold the Constitution, the laws of the land, and the applicable rules and regulations. I recognize the legitimacy and authority of the leadership and follow and obey legal orders of my superior officers. I believe in selfless love and service to people. Towards this end, I commit myself to the service of my fellow men over and above my personal convenience. I believe in the sanctity of marriage and the respect for women. I shall set the example of decency and morality and shall have high regard for family life and chastity. I believe in responsible dominion and stewardship over material things. I shall inhibit myself from ostentatious display of my property. I shall protect the environment and conserve nature to maintain ecological balance. I shall respect private and public properties and prevent others from destroying it. I believe in the wisdom of truthfulness. I must be trustworthy and shall speak the truth at all times as required by my profession. Okay na po, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so this is the police officer's creed. Of course, una, I believe in God, the supreme being, a great provider, the creator of all men, and everything dear to me. So, ayan. I believe that the respect for authority is a duty. I uphold the Constitution, of course, last. Ang dapat natin kapag you are a member of law enforcement agencies, dapat lahat ng actions mo that is according to the Constitution, the laws of the land, and the applicable rules and regulations. I recognize the legitimacy and authority of the leadership and follow and obey legal orders of my superior officers. Okay, of course, but of course, hindi lang yung order ng superior officers mo. Dapat, above all, yung Constitution ang pinaka-goal natin, di ba? So, ano na ba kayo ng Constitution? Naka-download na ba kayo ng Constitution? So, dapat i-download nyo na yan. Third naman, I believe in selfless love to service to people. Dapat, di ba? Kaya kapag pumasok sa service, di ba, yung mga passes and so on, parang ano na lang, di ba? Wala kang magagawa kapag ano yan in the name of service, okay? So, ayan. Then, of course, number 4, I believe in the sanctity of marriage and the respect for women. Then, of course, as a police officer, you will be setting as an example of decency and morality, and shall have high regard for family life and chastity. Number 5 naman, I believe in responsible dominion and stewardship over material things. We already discussed that one kanina. I believe in the wisdom of truthfulness. I must be trustworthy and shall speak the truth at all time as required by my profession. But nasusunod ba ito yung number 6 class? So, minsan kapag halimbawa hindi na tama yung pinapagawa, wala ka ng choice kundi manahimik na lang, yung code of silence. Matatawag na rin, masusunod talaga natin yung code of silence minsan. Okay, so but of course, dapat we adhere to that truthfulness of every. Ibig sabihin, we will try to speak the truth, nothing but the truth, as required by the profession. Okay, so that is the police officer's creed. Okay, so then of course we have the PNP stand on basic values na tinatawag natin, or the standard basic issues. So that is the PNP image. Okay, pakibasa yung PNP image, maghanap ako. Si Jelesa Vet Valle, tama ba? Jelesabeth Valle ba? Tama. Valle or Val? Okay, hindi, wala siguro siya. How about si John Nico Baswell? John Nico?
Sir,
Nico, sir, pakibasa yung PNPA base number 1.
PNP stand on basic issues. PNP image. The image of every organization affects the esprit de corps, moral and welfare of members, and sense of pride to the organization. Thus, all members of the PNP should act in a manner that would reflect best on the PNP and live by the PNP's core values.
Okay, so again, number 1, we have the PNP image. So again, the image of every organization affects the esprit de corps. Pag sinabi natin esprit de corps, class, what is that? Okay, so that is pronounced as esprit de corps. Okay, what is that? Pag sinabi natin esprit de corps, what is that? Feeling or pride. Okay, how about others? Pag sinabi natin esprit de corps, what is that? Okay, very good. Okay, pag sinabi natin esprit de corps, tama yan, Sir Victor. Pag sinabi natin esprit de corps, that is the spirit union of a police organization. Okay, yan yung tinatawag natin na esprit de corps. Ibig sabihin, the spirit of the organization or the agency or the union. Moral and welfare members and a sense of pride to the organization. So, ibig sabihin ng PNP image class, all members of the PNP should act in a manner that would reflect best on the PNP and live by the PNP core values. Ibig sabihin, ang lahat ng PNP members dapat should act in a manner na sinabi ko kanina that will not endanger the image of the PNP. Then of course, dapat mamuhay sila based on the PNP core values. That is the PNP image class. So dapat ano yung pinapangalagaan nila? Of course, yung tinatawag natin na PNP core values and the PNP image. Okay, so dapat hindi ma-endanger yung tinatawag natin na image ng PNP. Okay, so that is PNP. Then of course, we have number 2, police must endeavor to avoid negative values such as immodest life. Of course, immodest, yung parang hindi ka na naging example sa iba. Okay? Outside of modest life. Yan yung tinatawag natin na immodest. Ano yung example ng immodest class? Ano yung tinatawag natin na immodest? I mean, ano yung mga example ng mga immodest life? Sir, ano po yung police public image? Sir, same sila sa PNP. Yes, same lang yan. So, parang pinapangalagaan mo lang yung image ng PNP. Okay, so again, pag sinabi natin immodest life, of course, yan yung living outside of modest. Alam mo, you are a PNP, tapos makikita ka palagi sa mga clubs or kahit sa mga yung mga tinatawag natin na hindi dapat puntahan ng isang member ng PNP or ng member ng organization. That is immodest. Sugalan, okay, tama, di ba? Ano pa? Sa may yung sugalan or ano yung sa ano natin? Yung sa may yung sa mga cockfighting, di ba? So yan yung tinatawag natin na immodest living. Tumatalpak. Yes, totoo yan. Then of course, we have the mistress maintenance. Okay, mistress maintenance, bigamous or polygamous life, 'di ba? So ayan, bigamy or ibig sabihin nagpakasal ka or you contracted another subsequent marriage, even if your first marriage was not declared yet void. Ibig sabihin class, kinasal ka sa iba kahit hindi pa na-dissolve yung nauna mong kasal. That is mistress maintenance or polygamous life. Diba? So that is mistress. Poly is many. Okay? Ibig sabihin marami kang asawa, marami kang kape. That is polygamous life. Then, pag sinabi natin absenteeism, of course, that is sick with malingaritis and tardiness. Nawala ba ako? Yes, Sir Robin?
Sir, question, sir.
Sana yun?
Question, sir, question.
Yes, ano ngayon?
How about, sir, kapag halimbawa yung isang pulis, sir, diba, sabihin natin kahit hindi pulis o siya ng tawag dito? Yun nga yung sa bigamous, sir. Paano, sir, kung halimbawa nag-change religion siya, naging Muslim? Paano yun, sir?
Kapag nag-change religion? Of course,
Oo.
kapag nag-change religion, kung ano yung religion niya, yun na yung makakredit. But of course, hindi naman agad-agad makapag-change ng religion. Mag-change lang siya ng religion kasi gusto niya makapag-asawa ng marami, hindi naman basta-basta. Pero kapag ganun, napawalang bisa na yung dati niyang religion, ba dati Catholic siya, tapos nagbalik Islam siya, di ba? Balik Islam yung tao, di ba? Or tapos nag-change siya ng religion, of course, pwede na. Kasi yun naman under the Code of Muslim and Personal Laws. Pwede naman silang mag-asawa ng more than one as long as they can deal with them with equal companionship. Ganon. So, ano yan, ganon naman talaga. Kung ano yung religion niya na pinaka-present, yun yung masusunod, di ba? But of course, hindi mo rin pwedeng sabihin na mag-change ka ng religion para makapag-asawa ka ng marami. Hindi rin papayagan. Hindi rin basta-basta. Or hindi rin yan, parang hindi rin tawag natin na parang imposible rin. Okay? So, then, imposible rin yan na tatanong sa board exam. Okay? So, ganon. Kung ano yung present, yun yung masusunod. Okay? So, yan. Then, okay, let's continue. So, we have the absenteeism. Ang absenteeism, of course, malingaritis. Okay? Malinggar, di ba? Lalo na sa trabaho. Of course, intern pa nga lang, di ba? May nagmamalinggar na. And tardiness, di ba? So, yan yung tinatawag natin na absenteeism. Okay? So, absenteeism class, hindi na natin pwedeng sabihin kasi na truancy yan kasi hindi pa naman bata o hindi ka naman kayo bata. So, absenteeism. Okay. So, that is absenteeism. Then, pag sinabi naman natin Hoodlum Alliance, ang Hoodlum Alliance, that is maintaining pickpockets and alliance with crime syndicates. Yan yung tinatawag natin na Hoodlum Alliance. Maintaining pickpockets and alliance with crime syndicates. Pag sinabi kasi nating syndicates class, yung mga sindikato, ano yung kaibahan nila sa organized crime? Yung mga crime syndicates na tinatawag natin, tandaan nyo kapag sinabi natin crime syndicates, ibig sabihin nakafocus lang yan sa iisang illegal activity. Again, pag sinabi natin crime syndicates, nakafocus lang yan sila sa iisang illegal activity. Halimbawa, kapag prostitution. Okay? Kapag drugs. Okay? So, yan yung tinatawag natin na hoodlum alliance. Na crime syndicate. While ang organized crime naman class, kapag nabanggit ninyo or na-encounter niyo ang term na organized crime, ibig sabihin nakafocus yan sa tinatawag natin na different illegal activities. Okay? Ibig sabihin, diverse or marami ang ginagawa nila. Merong drugs, merong sa prostitution, drug trafficking, organ trafficking, or human trafficking. Yan yung tinatawag natin na organized crime. Yun yung pagkakaiba nila ang dalawa. So again, ang crime syndicates, nakafocus yan sa iisang or there is a monopoly on one illegal activity. Ibig sabihin, iisa lang ang focus nila or ang nila. While ang tinatawag naman natin na organized crime is nakafocus naman yan sa different illegal activity. So, hindi lang nakafocus sa isa. So, ibig sabihin, iba-iba ang focus nila. May drugs, may prostitution, may may human trafficking, organ trafficking, and so. Then, of course, hindi rin may iwasan yung bata-bata, okay, yung nakasandal sa pader syndrome, okay, so, di ba? Tama ba na meron hanggang ngayon, meron pa rin to, yung bata-bata na or nakasandal sa pader syndrome. So, yan yung kasi of course, wag mong ano yan, wag mong pakialaman kasi bata ko yan. So, of course, yung tao na yon na ano talaga, ah, magre-rely doon palagi kasi he is protected or bata siya ni General, bata siya ni Superior Officer, so that is the bata-bata system. Nakasandal sa pader syndrome, di ba? So yan, hindi rin natin may iwasan yung gano'n, no? Kasi it is part of di po ba sir, dumadaan sa process sir pag bata yan? Anong bata? What do you mean na dumadaan sa process? Ano yun? Ano yung sabi ni Sir William na dumadaan sa process? Of course, meron talagang process yan, lalong-lalo na sa recruitment pa lang meron yan. Pero of course, meron na yan, di ba? Kung ano siya or member siya ng ganito or kakilala niya or yung papa niya is part of the organization na. Okay? Or baka may nilaka doon sa ano. So, ano yan pa rin yan? Babalik pa rin or yung tinatawag natin na kahit na may process or may selection, makakapasok at makakapasok. Pero of course, ngayon, maganda na yung sa PNP, no? Konti na lang kasi naka-digital na yung kanilang ano ngayon. So maganda na. So dapat hopefully sa ano rin, sa fire and sa BGMP. But of course, hindi ang mga striker, iba naman yung mga striker class iba naman yung mga striker. Ang mga striker, ibig sabihin noon yung ano talaga, yung very decided, no? Or magsiserve muna sila sa mga medyo malapit. Hindi ibig sabihin class na striker ka, makakapasok ka na ha. Of course, marami rin akong kakilala na striker na nakapasok talaga sila. But of course, not at all, diba? None of them, I mean, okay? So, hindi lahat sila nakakapasok kasi of course, we are following yung tinatawag natin ano pa rin, hindi rin kasi yung nag-striker siya, yun talaga 100% na makapasok siya agad-agad. Of course, may pagdadaanan pa rin yun. So, ang mga mas marami kasi kilala sa personal sir. Yes, tama yun. Mas updated sila, mas alam nila yung next step, di ba, mga ka-adjust. So, advantage rin actually yung pagiging striker, di ba? Or, pwede na natin ipasok yan sa bata-bata, o di ba? O, ganito. As long as qualified naman, di ba? Yung mga striker talaga na nagsa-striker, qualified naman yan sila. Hindi ibig sabihin nag-striker sila kaya nakapasok sila. Okay, ang ano dyan is qualified naman talaga sila. Okay, so yun. Ang bata-bata system. Okay? Ang backer-backer system. Manilibihan ka muna sa unit or CDC baka sakaling may pasok sa quota. Yes, tama. Pero of course, hindi ibig sabihin na ikaw yung ikaw yung pinaka priority. Of course, meron kang advantage pero pagdadaanan mo pa rin yung pinaka recruitment process. Okay? So, yun. So, kasi 'di ba pag sinabi nating recruitment, that is the process of attracting applicants to the sorry. Yes, mahirap talaga, okay? Kailangan mo pagdadaanan 'yun. Hindi ibig sabihin na ano, striker ka na, makakapasok ka agad. Hindi. Meron talagang sinusunod rin 'yan. Okay? So, 'yun. So, nakuha ba? Okay? So, but of course, sana no, nandun pa rin kasi yung backer system kahit sabihin natin na wala na. Pero meron pa rin yan. Okay? So, hindi siguro maalis. Under quota, sir. What is under quota? Ngayon, hindi ko alam kung nakaano tayo. Okay. So, then of course, we have the hate syndrome. Ang hate syndrome naman, class, napag-initan or pinaininitan. Diba? Lalong-lalo na kapag sa recruitment, no? Tapos, halimbawa, medyo may yung mga officials doon is medyo may kinalakit sa pamilyang to. Okay? Ano yan? Napag-init or pinainitan or tinatawag talaga, no, or napag-initan doon sa loob. That is the hate syndrome, 'di ba? Kahit hindi naman hindi naman deserve talaga yung tinatawag natin na ano, so hate syndrome. Then second, we have the discourtesy. Ang discourtesy, of course, undesirable conduct and without regards to others, usually breeds trouble. Discourtesy. Okay, so ang discourtesy class, hindi ka nagpe-pay respect, okay, sa iba rin, 'di ba? Yan yung tinatawag natin na discourtesy. Then indiscipline, of course, lack of discipline, you are not disciplined enough, or no self-control. Yan yung tinatawag natin na indiscipline. Then pag sinabi naman natin gossip or double talk, discordant, confusing psychological conduct. Double talk or marites, mariposa, marites, di ba? So yung mga gossip, discordant, confusing psychological conduct. Okay, na hindi maintindihan. So that is the double talk. Okay, so then of course we have the PNP standard basic issues class. We have the career management, the key to professionalism, police management leadership, equality and service. Then ang pinaka-importante dito is the delicadeza. Of course, I know familiar kayo sa word na delicadeza. Pag sinabi natin in delicadeza, in consonance with requirements of honor and integrity, or that is the ability of a person to sacrifice one's self-interest, that is delicadeza class. Halimbawa, you are a patrol officer or driver ka ng patrol. So instead na ang isusundo mo sa misis mo ay yung patrol ng PNP, ang isusundo mo kay sa kanya or ang ihatid mo sa kanya na sasakyan is yung sasakyan, of course, na personal ninyo. So that is what we call the delicadeza. So again, the delicadeza, of course, that is the ability of a person to sacrifice one's self-interest. So yan yung tinatawag natin na delicadeza. Okay, so yan yung tinatawag natin na delicadeza class. Nakuha ba? Nakuha?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Then of course, we have the police lifestyle. Dapat ang sa police lifestyle class, dapat alam nyo rin na they will mamuhay sila ng ano lang, simple or humble. Yan yung tinatawag natin na police lifestyle. Okay? So yan. Okay, then of course, we have the political patronage. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng political patronage class? Ano yung ibig sabihin nun? Okay, so ano yung ibig sabihin natin ng political patronage or patronage? Pakilagay lang sa comment section class. Okay, so ano ibig sabihin natin ng political patronage? Sana sila. Walang nagutom na kayo? Don't worry, ano lang, exchange of money for political support. How about others? Ano yung simple? Padrino? Okay. So of course, class, kapag you are part of the PNP, wala ka dapat kakampihan na partido, di ba? So again, kapag you are member of the PNP, of course, meron tayong tinatawag na political patronage or patronage. Ibig sabihin, dapat wala kang kakampihan na partido or political party. Nakuha ba? Dapat you will remain neutral. Kasi of course, we are what we call a public service. Kahit may kinakapihan ka man, dapat wag ka maging vocal. Kasi of course, may right ka pa rin na bumoto kung sino yung gusto mo. So that is political patronage. Then of course, human rights. Dapat alam mo kapag kahit ine-execute mo yung duty mo, dapat that is also adhere sa human rights ng bansa natin. Okay? So yan yung tinatawag natin na human rights. Then of course, setting as an example to all, yan yung kailangan na i-amplify rin ng tinatawag natin every member of the PNP. So again, we have the PNP standard basic issues. So career management, okay, professionalism, police management leadership, equality in the service. Then, pag sinabi natin delikadesa, of course, that is the ability of the person to sacrifice one's self-interest. Kapag sa PNP, of course, the ability of a police officer to sacrifice yung self-interest niya above sa kanyang tinatawag na duty. Then, of course, political patronage, ibig sabihin dapat wala siyang kinikilignan or wala siyang tinatawag natin na kakampihan. So, dapat remain neutral. Then, dapat lahat ng actions niya should be focused on the understanding of the human rights and, of course, the setting as an example. That is the PNP stand on basic issues. Okay, so ayan, kumain muna kayo. Then after 30 minutes, we will go back again. We will continue with our discussion dito sa part 2 ng ating professional ethics and professional lesson. Okay, so we will continue class mamaya. Okay, so konti na lang to class, madali na lang matapos. Para bukas, makapag-proceed na tayo sa ibang area, ibang subject rather. Kain mo na,